Welcome back everybody to another episode of Faith and Despair. Today we're going to take a look at the game. We're going to take a look at adding secondary effects on some of the lacrima, preferably only on the triggers. Trigger secondary lacrima. So there's a thing in Final Fantasy VII that I always really enjoyed. It is that some of the materia also have additional stat boosts, right? So this is what I want to do, because this it allows me to balance some stuff. For example, it allows me to give some low triggers, some additional bonuses and stuff like that, so we can balance it more. Hello Mohammed, how is it going? You're not ready? Okay, I will wait a little bit. Hello Renderpunk, how's it going today? How was your weekend, everybody? YouTube chat will show up in a minute as soon as Social Stream Ninja is done loading the YouTube chat. But yeah, I'm gonna add a secondary start boost in the beginning. I just want to add ability to add attack and an ability to add HP. Further down the line, there is going to be a lot of other start boosts, I hope, but this is going to be the current solution. How do I want to do this? Well, I think weekend was quite good. How was mine? Well, my weekend was interesting, so I'm still jet lagged. Apparently it takes about a week to get rid of jet lag, which I didn't know. So my weekend was interesting. I still feel like a zombie every now and then, but I did go to the gym twice with my wife just to get into the rhythm again. We had breakfast. We met someone of our family, and we played Slay Spire 2. So that was really fun. Before we proceed, let's do alright. Oh my god, is it another cat update? Maybe can I mute this? Yeah, I can. Oh my god, so cozy. Oh my god, it's an. Let's watch that again. Does he just live in the truck or whatever? That's so cute. Pin love cats. More eye Mao. More eye Mao. That's very cute. Thanks for the update. I should probably follow them. But anyway, how do I want to proceed? Because I feel like I can just add it here to material relations. We love our Jiggly Cat. Absolutely. Yeah. Over the weekend, people have asked me about GDC in San Francisco and if it was worth it, and I will say it was definitely worth the experience. It was really, really cool. I'm still kind of sorting through all of the experiences in my head and still kind of going through everything. I think yesterday yeah, it was a weird night, man. But I'm slowly getting better. This is actually the first time that I've opened up Unity in 12 days, 2 weeks? Yeah, something like that. So this is one of those moments where I open the game again and everything feels new. But I think I want to have the statistics here, I think. For example, on buff, let's just start with that one. And here is the new entry, start boost, attack, and then we will just say 3. I'm not sure if this is going to work or how this is going to work, but we will figure it out. We have not in first run, so let's open up our scripts, gold costs. Yeah, just go with gold costs. What can go wrong? But yes, this thinking about the past week, the past almost 2 weeks. Nothing really comes up at the moment, but you know, I will have some small stories to tell every now and then, I guess, throughout the stream. The thing that sticks out to me is, so when I was walking through Vienna yesterday and like the entire weekend, everything was a bit quieter, which is strange for me to say because Vienna has always been the big city for me and the loud city. But compared to San Francisco, Vienna is actually, you know, quite small and quiet, which was an interesting experience for sure. Let's look for non-first run. Not in first run. This is the boolean, yes. So we're going to add our start boost here. And yes, there we go. Setting it to 0. Everything is understood in comparison. Yeah. Old proverb, but that it's just true forever, I guess. Yeah. And people have also asked me if I will return to San Francisco. I'm not sure at the moment. I'm not sure at the moment. It was really cool, but the fact that I could not just walk around and stuff, because there are hills everywhere, and it was normal to use taxis. It's just so, I don't know, that just breaks my brain a little bit. And public transport is not as good as it could be. That is a little bit weird. But yeah, it is what it is. GDC was cool. GDC itself is cool. Relations, material name. I guess we can use that somehow. Contains key. Okay. Is allowed for enemies. Okay, so I guess we can say public. Int get status boost tag. String material name. All right. And then we would say exactly this. Yesterday when I was thinking about this, I was like, do I have to search through the entire array? But no, this is already a dictionary. So thank you past me once again. And then we can just say return. Allow status boost attack. There we go. Cool. If it's that easy, then we will just have to use it that way. So the other thing is that we need to check attack in get current attack. And get current attack is in Cartiers, which is right here. There it is. And get current attack is current attack plus equals get starts. Wait, status. Just keep it the same. Start boost attack. Start boost. And we're going to calculate it. Integer get start boost attack. And now we have to walk through all of the lagma that we have. Materia. Oh, there it is. 0 and a 0 for each slot in material slots. If slot has material, then we can say hello Nixinali, how is it going? Yes, I'm at it again. Ready to change the game. We're changing the game, everybody. How was your weekend? We're currently adding new secondary effects to triggers, which is going to be very interesting. It's the same as in Final Fantasy VII, because all of the Lacrima have another set of statistics or stats. So I wanted to add it as well, because that could also help with balancing the triggers a little bit more, because then they have two effects, right? They can be used as triggers and also have a little bit of a stat boost. This is going to be an absolute game changer. Yes, this change is so gaming. Absolutely. Did you guys hear about what is it called? Crimson Desert? Has anybody in chat played Crimson Desert? Because I've heard some wild things about the game. Apparently it's so buggy, but then they've already released a patch that made it much better, like solved 80% of the problems, and so people are actually turning around and turning it to positive reviews and stuff like that. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Heard of it, haven't played it, alright. It sounds really interesting. It sounds like one of those RPGs that could be really, really cool. Very immersive and stuff. Attached material. Relations. Okay, we need to find relations. It's not here. Get card manager. Relations. God damn it. Where is it? Is allowed for enemies. Okay, let's see the references. There we go. Relations. Oh, it's inventory. Bring on the spaghetti code. Bring on the spaghetti code. It's fine. Alle Hörer suchen. To simple text. Yeah, I just saw it. The one patch meme is real, yeah. People review are so all over the place, yeah. I've heard people praise one half of the game while damning the other, and those things are different every time. Okay, here's another one. Did you hear about Slay the Spire 2? Slay the Spire 2. Slay the Spire 2 has gotten 9,000 negative reviews. But you don't see it here because it's only in Chinese. If you go to simplified Chinese, you will see a mixed review because they have like 9,000 negative reviews. And the reason is they just posted a patch update for the beta branch. The changes aren't even live yet. I mean, you can try them out yourself on the beta branch. But yeah, it's the Chinese are like, no way, no, not like this. It's crazy actually. And apparently, so I looked into this, apparently Chinese players don't have a lot of other ways to tell people their feedback, so because of the great firewall, you know. So they are using the Steam negative reviews as a sort of feedback form. Even though Slay the Spire 2 has an in-game feedback form. I guess people will just say, yeah, this gets maybe blocked or whatever. But that is a sight to behold. That is it is currently developing. So I'm really looking forward to what Megacrit is doing here. Maybe they will just ignore it and just keep updating the game because this is early access. You know? Congrats on the streak, Nixonati. You've heard of that one? Yeah. Imagine hitting on a balance change that isn't even officially added yet. Yeah, to add negative reviews to a balance change that is not even on the main branch yet is... I mean, yeah, you want your voice heard. That is one way to do it, I guess. But so far, I don't think Megacrit has responded, at least not that I know of. I've heard that they are more active on Blue Sky or Reddit or whatever. Maybe we can see some response over there. 2 days. Oh, we appreciate all the feedback on the recent beta patch. Since we have a lot of new players that weren't around for SDS1's early access phase, and players who are new to early access games in general, we want to explain our patching methodology a bit. Oh, now I'm really interested. Now I'm really interested. We make changes based on a mix of player feedback, collective metrics, and our own design philosophies. Okay. The feedback we receive via an in-game report from players who are testing the patch firsthand is most useful to us. Okay. This beta balance pass was the first of many to come out. The next one 2 years. Okay. The game will go through constant changes with the ultimate goal of making this balance of an experience as SDS1 became. Okay. The beta branch will see most experimental changes and will be tweaked each time until we will feel it's stable enough for the main branch. Yeah. But the thing is, I feel like you should post this on the main blog, you know, you should post an update here or something. Because people are not everybody is on Blue Sky. not everybody is on Twitter, not everybody is on Reddit, and you know, not a lot of people are on Blue Sky. Even less people are on Blue Sky. That feels a bit weird. Like not even a discussion update. Maybe they posted it in discussions. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, I stand corrected. There it is. Okay, cool. There it is. I mean, it's okay. It's in the discussion. That's okay. Streams ruined my streak. Oh no. I wonder if Chinese have access to stream reviews, but someone not the Steam community. Yes, Nixonal, that is apparently the case. I looked into this, and one of the Chinese players actually wrote about this in the discussion forums. I don't know how he did it, but maybe he was outside of China. I don't know. But apparently, the Great Firewall blocks a lot of access to, you know, certain features of Steam, like discussions forums and whatever. So I don't know. So people think that Steam reviews is the only option for them to leave a review, to leave feedback, even though the game has an in-game form, which I don't know. Maybe that gets blocked as well, but or they're just not sure. And with a negative review, they feel like they're getting hurt. I don't know. You know, you have 24 hours to watch the recording, save the streak, right? I didn't know that. Yeah, you can. I even sometimes upload Twitch updates. You know, the Twitch reels, because sometimes it helps with people keeping up the streak. So if you watch this here, and then you go to in the upper left corner, there's a story. If you click on these stories, then you are also holding up your streak. This was an update that was announced in the last TwitchCon in the EU. Twitch Shorts, yeah. You can check my stream and it won't come up the count, but it will preserve the count. Absolutely, yes. And the Twitch Shorts as well, which is why I'm uploading them sometimes. I did upload 2 of them while I was at GDC. But yeah. Okay, it's good that Megacrit is at least responding to this a little bit. And I have not played the beta just yet. But here's one change that is really interesting, because I've played CS by 1, right? And there was a card that is called SDS Prepared. Yeah, there it is. So this was in the first game and also in the second game. And the updated version of this is draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards, which for 0 cost is a really good card. And this was also in CS by 2, but The recent patch changed this to... Hang on a second. I think they changed it to... Draw it later or whatever. Yeah. It now costs 1 mana instead of 0. And it says discard 2 cards and next turn gain 2 or 3 energy. So they completely remove the drawing and you discard 2 cards and you get energy in the next turn. Which is weird because now it feels like very similar to other cards that already exist. So yeah. But anyway, if you didn't know it yet, there is a new remix by gamedev out right now, which is a coincidence that you just appeared because I just thought about it. Hello gamedev, how's it going? How is it going? How was your weekend? Ladies and gentlemen, it was the weekend. You manifested me. Yeah, that's probably it. Today we're just going to look at small secondary stat boosts on the Lakma, which I'm really excited about because this was something that Final Fantasy VII also has, so I wanted to try it out. While we're also looking at a bunch of other things like Slay Spire and Crimson Desert. I'm okay, man. I'm just on my tea time. Just went over from kitchen when I saw you online. Nice. During the weekend, Voice of the Void released a new shadow build. A new shadow build. The guy who informed me of it has told me that it's ultra unstable. Oh no. Is it on the beta branch or on the main branch? That's really important. But you know, I guess it's still in early access, right? So everything is excused. It's all good. Obviously you had to install it, so what happened then? What happened then? Did you just like my ex? Yeah, okay. Never mind. So we're going to take a look at what that is. Didn't I have a relation? Yes, I did have one. Get star boost attack. 4 slot attached materia to simple text. There we go. Start boost attack plus equals, which should be 0 by default, and then we're going to return it. Start boost attack. There we go. Need to take a big sip of that thoroughly slapped mint tea. Back about listening. Yeet patch also got an update, so you can no longer just update or install shadow builds. They're actually hidden by default now. Oh, interesting. Slapping that mint. Okay, I'm going to tell you a small story about my flight home from San Francisco because it was an absolute horror show. So in the morning I ate breakfast in a hotel, and it was steel cut oatmeal, which on paper sounds really delicious, but you know the portions in San Francisco are 3 times the size of the Viennese portions. So I couldn't even finish it, and then I ate like a third of it. I ate the fresh fruits, I ate a little bit of the walnuts and stuff like that. But then I went back to my hotel room and I started packing everything, and when I was done packing everything, I just triple checked if I had everything in my bag, and you know, I have my boarding pass and whatever. And then I told myself, everything's gonna be alright. What's the worst that can happen? Well, let me tell you about the worst thing that can happen on a flight. Because so I took the subway to the airport, and suddenly I felt really, really sick. I felt really, really sick. And hello, corner theory. I'm just explaining I'm just telling the story about my way back from San Francisco. In the subway to the airport, I felt really, really sick. To the point where I was like, you know, when you're about to throw up, you get this cold sweat everywhere, and it's like, oh my god, I don't want to throw up in the subway. Okay, this is the last thing that I want to do right now. And I was like, was there something in the breakfast? Well, I don't know, you know. So I just I was standing there originally in the subway, and the subway had this, you know, this stop and go motion, and I was like, okay, maybe I would just try sitting down. So I just sat down, but the problem was that the seats were in the wrong direction. So I was facing with my back to where the subway is going. That didn't make it better. So I turned around and I looked outside the window where the guy was driving the subway, and that helped a little bit. But man, it was like, okay, I told myself, first of all, I'm not going to throw up in the subway. Second of all, I at least want to get through security, right? Then I can throw up, okay? So I had this internal discussion with my body. I'm like, you cannot throw up here, but if you absolutely have to throw up, you should throw up after security. Once you're checked in and everything is fine, because I was like, maybe they don't even let you through security if you look like you have a virus or whatever. Hello T-Bag, how's it going? Nausea hitting while you're on a ride, absolutely. So, did the immigration people give you trouble? So here's the thing. I somehow managed to get through security. And then I was like, I don't feel that bad. I just walked around the shops for a little while, and then I was like, okay, the bad feeling returns. I'm feeling nauseous again. And I'm like, okay, I will not throw up. The problem is, if you throw up now, I was like, are they even gonna let me on the plane? and I thought, today you're going to get home, no matter what. You're going to get into the flight, and you're going to arrive at home today, or tomorrow actually, because it took like 17 hours. So, you know how to avoid throwing up? Well, first of all, you do not sit down, and you definitely do not recline. Because if you're in this position, you know, recline back a little bit, you will definitely throw up. Because it's like, I don't know, it is what it is. To avoid throwing up, I just leaned against the pillar for 2 hours. And it was absolutely, it was not a good time. It was not a good time. I was like, okay, just hold it in. You can do this. And then, hello, yeah, there you go, slap that mint. And I was like, okay, I will not throw up. In fact, I completely turned my slogan upside down, and I said, I will get home today. I will get home today. And then I had an idea. I was very close to the bathroom, by the way, so I was always within range, if you know what I mean. But then I had an idea. What if I asked Gemini what to do? I felt sick before the flight, yes. And I mean really, really sick. I just feel sick just thinking about it, right? I was this close to throwing up. Like, I had cold sweats and everything. It was very close. So I asked my savior, Gemini, for help. Yeah, I asked the AI overlords, and Gemini was like, "Well, where do you feel it? Is it more like in the tummy, or is it more like here in the throat?" And I said, "It's right up here," because I thought that means that it's basically the point of no return, right? And then Gemini was like, oh, good, that's actually good, because then it means it is not food related. You just have problems with anxiety. Yeah, apparently it was just travel anxiety. It was not food related. And then Gemini said, okay, you will just get 2 meds. One is a ginger pill and the other one is Pepto-Bismol or whatever it's called. And the second one, you just chew on it and it tastes really chalky or whatever. And it gets rid of the acid reflux. So you don't feel like you have to throw up anymore. And that was that. That was it. That was it. I just, over the next 17 hours, I chewed 3 of these tablets and I took 3 of the ginger pills. I had no nausea whatsoever. I was a bit careful with what I ate on the flight home, but that was it. It was just travel anxiety. That was new to me. Listening to the story while eating my Lipton bread and salami. It had a good ending, T-Bag. It's okay. Yeah, apparently it was stress-induced nausea for some reason, because I didn't feel stressed, you know. It was like, it wasn't the first time I was flying. It was, I also made it in one piece to San Francisco, so what was my body thinking? I don't know. It was just really, really strange. But yeah, you live and you learn. Good ending, ladies and gentlemen. Good ending. I still haven't thrown up. So, the only thing that is currently going on with my body is that it's still having a bit of a jet lag, where sometimes when I eat in the afternoon or in the evening, my stomach is like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to sleep. I'm not supposed to have food right now. So it's like, it's dying. But yeah, that's it. Now I feel much better. Did you experience something like this before? Never. I mean, I did have some anxiety when traveling from Vienna back to Upper Austria quite a few years ago, because, you know, I was 1 week in Vienna and then the next week in Upper Austria, and always the traveling between those two would screw me up a little bit, but I always thought that this was just related to having not a lot of sleep. And I never got sick, like to the point of throwing up. That never happened to me before. That was really strange. And again, originally I thought this was related to the food I had, because I really didn't like the breakfast. It was not, it was not very good. Do you ever get so sick that you ask Google Gemini for advice? Dude, Gemini actually saved my ass. I can't believe it, but it actually did. It actually did. I was crazy. It sounds like Hazel till a Pepto. Yeah, absolutely. When you come here, you can stick with me. You can stick with me. I know you well enough that this probably wasn't a typo. You might not feel stressed, but it can happen still somewhere in your subconsciousness. Yeah, that was probably it. I still don't fully understand why though. And again, people ask me if I will return to San Francisco, and this situation made me rethink it a little bit, even though now I have the meds to prepare for that, right? So now I'm aware of it. And I can prepare for it. I know what to do in a case like this. Sometimes when I randomly don't feel well, I start to check if maybe there's something that is stressing me that I don't realize about. Yeah, that is a good point. Get sick, drink a lot of Shibuya. Absolutely. But yeah, it all turned out well. The only thing that I'm currently worried about is, so whenever you have an anxiety attack like that, or I'm just calling it an anxiety attack because I assume it was something like that. I did have a panic attack once. And the problem with having a panic attack once is that your body remembers the triggers of that. So whenever you try to get into a similar situation again, your body is almost having a panic attack about having a panic attack in a weird way. So my body now remembers that going on a flight can induce nausea and stuff like that. So maybe maybe it will happen sooner now or whatever. But again, I'm prepared. I can do it. Worst case, I will just throw up and that's it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I'm happy you made it through the US safely. Yeah, I'm happy too, man. I was standing at the airport. I'm like, I will get home today. I will get home today. I will not stay here for another week and be sick or whatever. I will not try out the the US hospitals or healthcare system or whatever. Just get me the fuck home. I want to go back to Europe, please. I want to die in peace. My ex at one point gifted me a pair of rubber bracelets with small plastic indent that would press on inner side of your hand. Ah, it helps with nausea when I drive. That's a good point. Yeah, I heard about those. You can also use those if you have motion sickness while playing. Is what I heard about. I rarely wear them at this point. Yeah, and apparently those ginger tablets are also good for that. They just remove nausea. It's all them patterns in the brain and only thing that helps is conditioning. Yeah, or medication. Absolutely. The body is weird. The body is a weird thing. And still, I'm so appreciative of it. So it's like, good body. You did it. You did it. I hope you had a great time and I'm glad you made it back safely so we can go to gamedev meetups where we don't see each other and I go home sad and tired. Teabag. Next time you see me, you just tap me on the shoulder, okay? So that doesn't happen again. Teabag was apparently, he saw me at the last meetup and he was standing like this close or whatever, I don't know. And I was so invested in a discussion and he was afraid to interrupt the discussion that he just left. And I think everybody agrees that you should just join us, you know? You're part of us. You're part of this community. Why would you just leave? For some reason in the past, medication almost never helped me with nausea on the drives. Oh, yeah. Yeah, nausea, like motion sickness in general is... Ugh. It's not good. One of the worst feelings ever. Teabag! Next time when you know is somewhere around to scream that everyone should slap that means. Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't think of a joke to enter myself into the conversation. You know what Jackneck did? Jackneck was also there that evening and he just came closer and closer and closer until I didn't have a choice. I just had to recognize and talk to him, you know? And then I was like, oh, it's you, Jackneck. How is it going? You could have just done the same. Because I know you, I've seen you. We've had a meeting together. Not a meeting, you know what I mean. We've had coffee together. So it's not like we have not seen each other yet before. Impress and smell distance. It's, hi, hello. Slapping that mint, yeah. Couldn't think of a joke. I mean, you don't have to have a joke. You can just I don't know, listen to the conversation and then say, hi, it's me. And then I will be like, hey, hi Teabag. And then I will be saying, yeah, we're currently talking about this and that. And then I will likely ask you about your opinion. Breathe into your neck from behind. Then I will be like, something is really weird today with the weather. Do you guys feel it too? Do you guys feel something breathing down your neck? If I ever see you anywhere, it's gonna be an unbearable praise of half green with way too many quotes. Yeah. Challenge accepted. I'm going to try and recognize all of them. Somebody touched my behind. A ghost? Oh, no, just Teabag being inappropriate. I mean, if that's the only way of getting my attention, I guess so be it. But you will have to fight my wife afterwards, so that's her territory. Anyway, we're going to try a new run, and we're gonna take the trigger into my inventory. And then we will see. But yeah, I was thinking about going to... There is a Gamescom Asia. Gamescom Asia. Right? Exactly, and it's in Thailand. And it is when? 219 days, which is October, yeah. I thought of going there, but I'm not sure yet. That might be super interesting. I will likely throw up for sure this time though. But we will see. Hi Philip, can I report a bug from Fate and Despair? Hello my stick 89, yes you can. But what you can also do, what would help me a lot, if you found a bug, you can press F8 in the game. Just press F8 on your keyboard, right there. Just press F8. And you will see a form coming up like this. And then you can fill it out with the description of the bug. And then you can submit it. And then I will get a save file of yours where I can likely reproduce the bug. That would really help me out a lot. So if you want, you can just use the in-game form by pressing F8. Is YouTube again invisible? Probably. I've set it to live chat, but sometimes it's just broken. All right. No, there it is. It's not invisible. I see it. But thank you, my stick, for playing Fate and Despair, and I'm looking forward to your bug report. Inventory, and now we're going to get on debuff into my cold dead hands. We have trigger type and on buff. Where is it? There it is. Add material to inventory, yes. And in theory, yeah, this indeed gave me a bonus to my tech. That is really cool. Yeah, the system just works. I thought this would take 3 hours. When did you get back to Austria? I got back to Austria on Wednesday. I took the plane in San Francisco. I just need to show you this because I feel like it's so insane. Other people will just laugh at this because they have done it so often. But I got into the plane in San Francisco on Tuesday at 14:50. And I arrived in Vienna on Wednesday at around 15:50. And I had to wait for 5 hours in Amsterdam for my next flight. That was my odyssey. Technic is here. Back from SF, back again. Mother's back, mother's back, mother's back. We just talked about you actually. Hello Technic, how is it going? How was your weekend? Oh easy, it's just an hour. Yeah, Imhotep. It was very quick, to be honest. Very quick. But I will say this. So once I took my medication, the first flight took 10 hours, right? From San Francisco to Amsterdam. It took 10 hours. And it went by much faster than the flight to San Francisco, which was really weird. I don't know why, but it just went by really quickly. Took you a whole 25 hours to get back? Yeah, absolutely. Talked about me? Yes. We will discuss the methods to get my attention in fun ways at the next game dev meetup. Oh my god. Next game dev meetup, I will suddenly have a bag over my head and somebody will beat me and I'm like, I want your attention, Marshi. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm here already. I hear you. I cannot see you yet, but please get the bag off. Help me. No, here's the thing. Check neck. I was in a discussion with somebody, and you were standing right next to me, right? You were about this close and whatever. Hey, you just stood next to me, and I was like, oh, he's here. You know, at some point I just couldn't. I just saw somebody standing there in the side of my eye. I'm like, oh, there he is. And T-Bag, he also saw me at the meetup. I was also in a discussion, and T-Bag just didn't get my attention. He just went home and felt sad. And I was like, you just have to do what Jackneck did. You just stand there and get closer and closer and closer until I cannot overlook you anymore. Just by an air horn, that would get everyone's attention for sure. Absolutely. Just be like, yeah. That's what you gotta do. But yeah, I think I talked to Max actually when I assumed I was talking to Max. I didn't see T-Bag obviously, because otherwise I would have said something to him. But he said it was at the end of the meetup. So we were probably standing outside, and I was talking to Max. I don't even remember what we were talking about. And then T-Bag said he couldn't find a joke to enter the discussion with. I'm like, you don't have to find a joke. Don't make it so complicated. It's not like we're complete strangers. Topic way. It's mother sheep. Oh my god. If I see that on the agenda next time, that would be hilarious. That would actually be hilarious. Okay. Then we have HP. But yeah, I'm back. I'm so back that my body hasn't even caught on yet. My body is like, whoa, what? Am I still in San Francisco? Where the hell am I? Today I actually woke up at 4 a.m. today, and I just couldn't sleep. You know the feeling when you take a nap during the day, and once you take the nap, you're just kind of awake because it's during the day, right? And it happened to me yesterday at 4 a.m. So I was like, oh, what do I do now? I feel like I'm awake. And so I was like, I think it took me another 2 hours to fall back asleep. And it slowly got bright outside, and then I heard the birds starting to chirp. And I was like, oh, this is really interesting. I have a long day ahead of me, but this is fine, you know. Everything is fine. I got news. I started working on a new game last week. Oh my god. Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Jackneck started working on a new game in Godot, everybody. Huzzah indeed. It's the new Waldo. And print a really big pic of your face, that would be hilarious. What kind of... It's a small automation game? Cool. You will make millions and then you can retire. That's good. Is it a... yeah, you need to show me, because you can you can make an automation game where you can retire from it. Incredibly massive. Yeah. If you ever like ever in the dev, absolutely. I'm only half joking, by the way. Sounds really cool, especially in Godot. So is it 3D? Is it first person, or are you working in 2D? What are you gonna do? And what sets it apart from other automation games? What are you automating? I show you at the next meetup once I got your attention. Cool. Bring T-Bag with you. Okay, here's the thing. T-Bag just find Jackneck, and Jackneck will find me. Problem solved. Hide in the bushes again. To be fair, he did not hide in the bushes. At least, I don't know. Could be. For now it's today, but I'm not sure about theme or art yet, to be honest. Okay. You could, okay, just throwing out ideas, but you could do some crazy stuff. You know, take an existing theme and then just put a twist on it. I think that would be really cool, but I cannot think of anything at the moment. The one thing that happened with Stardew Valley, and then people released Graveyard Keeper, so they took Stardew Valley and turned it completely morbid. I think you can do something similar. Yeah. No. It's not like everyone has a nickname on the head. I mean, once we have AI goggles, AR goggles, oh my god, AI goggles, no, please no.
Oh, no.
Oh no. I will wear mint leaves, only mint leaves, fair enough. Not sure if I remember how technic looks like. Maybe I'll do something with face or so. I don't think that's been done before. Yeah, just that would actually be hilarious. A faith generator. You have to build churches and you have to build factories that generate crosses. So you have to harvest trees to generate crosses so you can use them in churches to generate faith for the surroundings. And then you can turn them on their head to summon the devil or whatever. You can put a cross like this, or you can decide to put it like this. Yay! So it's almost a black and white kind of thing. And you employ angels to do the productions. Maybe angels and demons. I don't know, depending on what you want to choose. Make an incremental faith gathering game. There you have it. I don't think it has been done before. Depending on how you place the cross.
Gary.
By the way, if you haven't checked it out yet, this is the new single, the new remix by Imhotep. And I think that's the last time I'm going to mention it. Maybe. The goal of the game is to get Mothership's attention. Yeah. That sounds actually sounds hilarious. Get the attention of a big boss, like maybe the devil or something like that. That actually sounds kind of funny. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. So I have on debuff star boost 6. That doesn't make any sense, but I'm just gonna test it out. Let's see. Get star boost HP. I don't think I need that. I think this is just... Thank you, man. It was so much fun working on that, and I'm gonna listen to it a lot. It is a really cool track, and I'm also really looking forward to the EP. Do you have an ETA on that? On the EP? Oh my god, do I need to have a function for every one of those? Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, it is what it is. I can change it later. Aiming for mid-end of May, cool. Super hyped for the EP. I am super hyped as well. I will never release my EP. Corner theory, just making a stand. He's like, I will never release my IP. There we go. You guys will never get to hear my genius, my musical genius. I'm gonna keep it to myself. Thank you very much. You guys want to hear my trumpet? Well, tough luck. Yeah, very tough. Get current health. If you repeat it. Current health. What's missing, Conrad? Oh, just can't get to it. Did I ever send it to you? Did you? I don't know. Yeah, what is missing, Conrad? Also, it looks like I'm finally getting custom pillowcase. They reached out to me for sending interest, needed 2 months of waiting. How can anybody send anything to you, Nixonari? Because I cannot. Good Conrad playing. Oh. Well, if it's just you playing, if you are the bottleneck. Next meetup is in 3 weeks, right? That's pretty long. Is Goro meetup earlier? Oh, it's coming from Moscow. Okay, I guess it works. The next meetup is already in 3 weeks. That's crazy, actually. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's been a month already. Wow. I actually don't know when a Godot meetup is. Godot meetup Vienna. Upcoming events is on April 13th. So it's they're gonna be on the 13th and the 14th. Always the same, man. Tomorrow is the audio meetup, actually. I should probably be there. I do some screaming into the microphone, so maybe my appearance is warranted. I don't know. Monday and Tuesday, yeah. Where is that? It is in the Vienna audio meetup. Austrian Game Away. There are 2. It is tomorrow, yes. No, I don't want to get updates. Thank you very much. It is in the Bierteufel, in the Ungargasse 5. Not that my game has audio, even. I thought about audio yet. Yeah. 3 attendees. Oh my god, only 3 people? I guess I kind of have to go. That's like 3 minutes from you. I mean, you could come and say hi. Yeah, no, there's definitely an overlap. And the cool thing about this meetup is that since there are not a lot of people, you can usually get to know a lot of really cool people. And that was how I met Patrick Lamb, you know, the upcoming voice actor, who just came into the room with his awesome voice, and I was like, oh my god, give me a microphone. Where is the emergency microphone? I need to record this man. You can also learn a bunch of stuff there. True. Get started with HP, contest, there it is. Let's just try it out in the game. On debuff, okay. I think there's going to be a bit of a problem here, because once this gets fractured, that could have some funny side effects. Yeah, because when you have plus 6 HP, so here's the thing. If a creature has 10 HP plus 6 HP, so that's 16, right? And then if it gets 7 damage, no, if it gets 11 damage, minus 11, then in theory it has 5 HP left. So if you then fracture the Lacrima that gives 6 HP, creature would in theory die. That's what we're gonna have to take a look at afterwards. But yeah. I walk into the room and people hide the microphones. I don't believe that, corner theory. I don't believe that. I'm going to be sleeping now. I don't believe 1 second of that corner theory, because if you go into a room where people actually know about the stuff, people actually care about audio and stuff like that, care about voice actors and care about people playing the trumpet, if they actually care about the good things in life, they will fucking harass you with the microphones. I was about to say they will gang up on you. Anyway, what if microphone walks into a room? Have a good rest. May microphones pursue you in your dreams? They only let me enter anechoic chambers? Okay. Very well. Have a good sleep. Corner theory. Action trigger. Trigger is on debuff. There we go. And now we have nothing. It didn't work. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I made a mistake in the code. It's not the first time, I would say. Get stat boost HP. Yeah. There we go. Not the first, definitely not the last. Absolutely. My wife and I have been playing Slay the Spire 2 together because it has a co-op mode, and I think it is really a real blast to play. It's really, really fun. I think they absolutely nailed it. Okay, it works. It works. That's really cool. Skip? Huh? What is that? What is the text up there? Hold on 1 second. What is the text, sir? Sir, what are you doing there? That is weird and you should stop it. Title change Oh my god, is that in the current build? What doesn't good LAN multiplayer shooters to play with friends? Quake 3 Arena. How about that? How about that? Or Quake 2. That's perfectly fine as well. I don't know any of the current ones. Isn't Ultra Kill one of the best current ones? Does it have LAN multiplayer? Does it matter? since the turn of the tide. I've played a lot of Quick 2 Deathmatch on a demo map in old days. Okay, it's not in the build. That's good. So maybe I fucked up. That's good to know. Dude, that was weird. Okay. Oh, good. Ultra Kill doesn't have multiplayer sadly, but I think there's co-op mode of sorts. Oh. What about Reaper? Is it called Reaper? I have no idea. Reaver. Reaver also doesn't have multiplayer. God fucking damn it, why not? Are you telling me multiplayer is hard to implement? Why? What is that? Isn't even built for multiplayer with this crazy balance, yeah. Ah. What the hell is that? Oh, this is multiplayer. Fragpunk. Online co-op. Abysses. This is apparently not. I don't know what that is. Forgive Me Father 2. That looks cool. Oh, it turned into half quick for a second. Why is it mixed? God damn it. Oh, we have ads. I just want to check out the half quick gamer part. Where was it? Oh, there it is. Suddenly turned into half quick. Cool. Anyway, I'm gonna be right back. I don't think there's a lot of games with local multiplayer these days. Yeah, I would assume so as well, actually. Counter-Strike still has it? Huh. I'm actually surprised about that, to be honest. How would that work? Hello, Yuki. Be right back. Compose webcam. I believe any game that represents an option to set up your own dedicated server is capable of local multiplayer. If you search dedicated server in the Steam library, you will see a bunch of games. You can play with your friends locally. Cool. Have you gotten so bored of Serious Sam wanted an alternative? Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't know of any others. Wait a minute, isn't... Wait. Wait a minute. Isn't System Shock 2 co-op? Wait. Yeah, it does. It has co-op. Dude. I know it's not a boomer shooter, but this in co-op is pretty cool. System Shock 2 in co-op is pretty nice. I remember playing this on a LAN party back then. That was really cool. So I think if you're bored of Serious Sam, this might be your alternative. I don't know. I think it was very nice. Inventory. We have debuffed, yes. Now it works. Can I move it over here? Yes. Why is that thing showing? That is super weird. Black Mesa also dedicated. Wait a minute, Black Mesa is co-op or do you mean the multiplayer section? I guess the multiplayer, right? Dude, if that were co-op, wow. Yeah, just deathmatch, right? But I will also say Slay the Spire in co-op is really fun. I think they actually co-op made the game much better because then you just don't sit there alone staring at the screen for 1.5 hours. You can take your friends along to stare at the screen together. Subcom has tower defense maps? Nice. Gotta love some tower defense. Okay. Why is that hole happening? That is so weird. Title change, colors display. I guess maybe it's just because there is text now. But there wasn't any text before. Maybe that's it. Never forget, you can actually search a Steam library using tags. I completely forgot about that. Because I never need to use that, I guess. Inspire co-op is cool, but I think Hellcat still does it better. Inspire, I feel like I just play for myself next to others. In Hellcat, there are way more support cards you can play on your buddies. That's cool. I still need to check it out. Do I have it in my library? No. You know what? I will just buy it because it's the spring sale. It's the spring sale, everybody. Which means if you don't have... oh my god, there's a second part. If you don't have Faith in Despair yet, now is a very good time. I didn't know there was a second one already out. Oh, it's coming out in Q3. Interesting. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't like the art style. The art style is making me not want to play the game. I'm so sorry, but it's it's what is that? Definitely a choice. Hmm. Second part is coming soon. That looks really cool. I will try the first one. That looks nice. Wow. The map opening with the fire and stuff and with the trees. But yeah, I will. Is the first one on sale now? Yeah, it is 50% off. Cool. Maybe I will try it out with my wife. Are they going for a cardboard look? What are they trying to accomplish here? I'm a little confused about the art here. But I guess it's okay. I will try it out. Oh, it is on my wish list actually. Why I didn't get a notification? Steam? Why didn't I get a so is it similar to Slay the Spire in terms of you just have a run, or what is the progression? It's definitely special, yeah. I highly suggest you play it with someone else. It's just not a single player game. Yeah, this is why I haven't bought it yet. Because every time I see it, it says it's a unique cooperative deck builder. And I was like, okay, then I will just not play it, I guess. But now that my wife is also playing Slay the Spire with me, maybe we can check this out as well. Yeah, maybe it wasn't included. I was half joking when I said that. Only half. Way too easy, boring fast. Oh my god. Oh my god. So what does a run typically look like in Hellcard? Is it like Slay the Spire, so you just have a run and then you fight 3 bosses and that's it? Because I don't see it. I don't see what a run usually looks like. Is there a map or something like that? I don't even see a map here. Oh, is that the map? That's the map. Okay, so you can just go left or right? Ah. First I make half quick and now I'm cracking half jokes. It's like Slay the Spire but without the map, only fights no encounters, but you get encounter after every fight. Oh, okay. I feel like a map is a very huge deal in games like these. But yeah, I will check it out. This is Hellcard. So now we have this card over here, and then we can try setting up a situation where this thing happens that I was talking about. Yeah, I'm just gonna save this. Then I'm gonna run my JSON format. Oh my god, what was the name called? The card called? Ally cards. Okay, on debuff we have health of 11. We need to have a health of 5. I think. Because then when we die, when we fracture the slot, it should die. which is definitely a new situation in this game. Load? Yeah, yeah. I can even go like this. Yeah, and then when I do 9 damage, it should... Actually, when I fracture it, it should die. Wait a minute. Okay, this is getting weird. Does it... oh my god. Pooh. This is getting weird. Alright, but creature played Epos. Then we can say fracture with 99%. We can say target all enemies, I don't care. When I play this card, it should do something. Fracture success. Let's load it again, try again. Why is it? Ah, because of this, yeah. All good. You really want to fracture the right one, huh? Apparently that's ally cards. Well, in that case, I'm going to put it over here. Yes. Okay, so when it fractures this, it needs to update the cards. Alle Verweise suchen. And slot is cracked. Yeah, that's it is what it is. Now I'm wondering what happens when I fracture it. Best outcome would be there's already code for this, but I'm not sure. So just a small update, the voice actor is going to record all of the lines on Thursday, which means we can add it to the game maybe already on Friday, actually. At least some of them. That would be cool. Wait, so I'm planning to do this on stream. Oh, it says 0. That's good, but also bad. That means that there is no case handling this fracture. Wasteland DLC coming soon. Absolutely. No, it's just going to be a free update. Oh, much wow. Okay, crack random slot. I feel like this needs to be an iterator. What is amazing digital circus? Okay, I feel like it needs to be a, yeah, yield, return. Then we're going to turn this into an IE Numerator. I clearly don't. That's correct. I saw a really cool video today. Let me show you and share it with you. History. I actually think that was a really cool video. So basically this is about how AI slop will spark the next human renaissance. It might not be entirely true, but some points are something that I've seen as well. Where it is... The word of the year is slop. But more and more people are, you know, more realizing that we just need to go back to humanity and cherish our human mistakes more. And I think that was a really cool message. I think it was really cool. I think that we talked about this in a prior stream, I believe. So basically, anything that AI generates doesn't have any soul because it doesn't have. It is not rooted in the process that humans usually go through, right? Humans usually torture themselves while making art, and you sometimes, or most of the time, you almost, I would say, you always feel it in some form or another. But if you let AI generate something, then there is no heart in it, and there might come a time, relatively soon, where people are looking for that because they cannot get that from the AI generated stuff anymore. So it's going to be an even higher demand, which is I think that could happen, but I'm not entirely sure. Up the description, up the displayed cards. I'm wondering if there is somewhere a check already where current health is lower than 0 and then just says die. I guess there... Wait. There is... I think there is. Remove all shadow cards. Destroy buffed. There is a check in chat. Check for treats. What? Oh, why? Oh, there it is. Doom, yeah. If it is dead, then we will ignore it. Oh, but that is already checked here. Why is it double checked? That's fine. Checklist. There is no check for... Okay, so if get current health is smaller or equal to 0, then you will die. The problem is this, so I need to make a comment here. If a trigger with an HP stat bonus gets fractured, creature dies. I don't know what the damage source card is, but it doesn't matter. Okay, let's see if that is working as intended. You said if you're curious if there's a check in there. Ah, I see. A check about dying. Now every time I say check, it feels weird. Now the question is Czech from the Czech Republic? And yet again, as Marship says, Doom, I'm reminded of this masterpiece. It better be a masterpiece.
Freeze. Doom. Doom? 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 What in the world is Doom? Did she say Doom? Doom? Doom?
It is indeed a masterpiece. By the way, that is a perfect suggestion by YouTube. That's the best suggestion ever. That's the best suggestion by YouTube ever. Following this video. That's really, really cool. That's perfect. That is actually perfect. If there's a Czech Republic, I want to be a citizen. That is high praise. Somebody believes in Czechnik a lot. Okay, let's figure this out. It is dead! Yay! That is funny. Cool. So we have the two statistics that I wanted to add. I have two more. I want a Lacrima values and maybe the spare cost. That would be interesting, I think. So let's try Lacrima values first. I want material relations, please. Yes. And yeah, but I also need to show it on the screen. Yeah, let's put that here. Plus show it in description. Let's try it on enemy debuff. Lacrima values. Let's just say plus 4. Alright, have a nice lurk. Da-da-dum. Public int start boost Lacrima values is 0, of course. Alle Levelweise suchen. Lacrima values. Start boost Lacrima values. There we go. And then we can say get current value. Yes. Huh. It goes through the card slots, yes. I think the multiplication needs to be in the front. It should probably depend on the order you slot them in, but that's fine. If card slot, attached materia. Wait a minute. It needs to have... Get start.
For unforeseen
Alright. Hello Tarek, how is it going? I'm preparing for unforeseen consequences with these changes. My god. It's gonna be wild. Get stat boost, Lacrima values. Lacrima. Au! Get stat boost, HP. Oh, there it is. I've already implemented that. Cool. Well, then we can say... Do we have a parent card? Oh yeah, we do. Is on leftmost lane. If card get blah blah is greater than 0, I can just add to it. Plus equals this. What? Card? There it is. I'm fine, just tired. Sounds alright. Sounds alright. Why is this not public? Well, let's make it public. Let's make everything public. Hello, just tired, I'm Nick. I was on the GC LAN over the weekend. What is the GC LAN? Sounds cool. Oh, there's a Gamescom LAN. Wow. Tatsächlich, in der Köln-Messe. Crazy. So how was it? Well, so here's the thing, because Renderpunk was asking about multiplayer games, specifically shooters, right? Co-op shooters. Do you have any recommendations for Renderpunk? That's the big question. That is the big question. No, it doesn't work on the thing yet. Oh, it's lame bound and then it, okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. Hard mode, no Quake. Sorry, come again. People in Discord started talking. What are we looking for? Well, Renderpunk wants to have new games that he can play locally on a LAN. Locally on a local area network. And yeah, he wants an FPS multiplayer co-op shooter. Something like Serious Sam, but not Serious Sam and not Quake. Enemy death. What do we need, sir? We need on enemy debuff. On enemy debuff. Tarok is loading. Action trigger on enemy debuff. Now we just gotta find it. We even tried to Will Rock in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Anime Diva, there we go. Add to inventory, please. And now we're going to edit. And edit here as well. Yeah, there it is. It works. Why does this just work? There's something wrong with this. Wait a minute, it says 10. Wait. It should just be 4. Okay, it doesn't work entirely just yet, but we're getting somewhere. I believe we're getting somewhere. Is it because it's not correct yet? No, it is. It absolutely is. Debug log. Got start boost lacrima value. Start boost lacrima value to string, please. Thank you very much. We also should mention the name, perhaps. No, that's fine. Card and name. Game object.name. There we go. If not Quake, it could be old school kind of, maybe Armor with co-op mission maps. Ah. Just the broadcast icon. Oh. If it should be a PvP, maybe Painkiller, but that could be a bit too Quake-ish. Let's complain about it working, yes. There are a lot of Sven co-op. Brother has a point. Some Magica? Yeah, why not? That's counted twice though. Why is that a thing? Why is that a thing, sir? Oh, are you doing it per? Yeah, you're doing it per. All right, so we need to do it outside. There we go. Beautiful. If you wanna have 90s style shootouts with a bit John Woo twist, double action. Double action, oh my god. Action Half-Life? That's not co-op. I have no idea. Exactly that, okay. Alright. So now we have that, and now we want to add despair cost. That's the final one, I think. And then we need to update in the description. If you can Duke Nukem 3D running, and it can also be co-oped. Magica is a fun game. Thanks for recommendation, my Macros. We'll give Arma and Stern co-op a shot. Cool. Nice. Meeting adjourned. Meeting has officially been adjourned. Get current despair costs. There we go. Despair cost plus equals card get start boost. HP despair cost. Get start boost HP. remove that log output. I think I'm just gonna call it despair costs, to be honest. Why not? Despair costs. Get start boost. Despair costs. Copy that. Oh yeah, I watched the new Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park Rebirth, I believe it's called. I really liked it, to be honest. I really liked it. It was actually kind of set up like a video game that I thought was really, really interesting. Because, and I'm not spoiling anything. Don't worry. This is the setup of the game, of the movie. Basically, they give you a quest that says you need to get blood from 3 dinosaurs. 1 water dinosaur, water dino, 1 air dino, and 1 earth dino, land dino. And that's the entire quest. So you get this quest in the beginning. And the cool thing about that is that you also have some foreshadowing. You see some giant teeth and whatever. So it's like, oh yeah, these people are probably going to die. And yeah, that's it. I think this movie is actually really, really cool. And what they did, they added a little twist where they said, yeah, there was a lab, and they did some experiments. So all of the dinos are now weird. So this is the spice that they added. I found that it was really clever. That was really cool. Yeah, I think it was really, really cool. I don't know what it was. It got an Oscar nomination. Not that it matters, but actually wondering for what. What was Jurassic Park Rebirth nominated for in Oscars? For best visual effects. Okay. Okay, hold your horses right there. Hold your horses. The effects weren't that good. But okay. Someday we will have Jurassic Park movie with all dinos covered in feathers. Yeah. But not today. I think they explained it actually. Why they don't have feathers. Something with the DNA or whatever got lost or whatever, and they tried to explain it away in the movies. No, but the movie was really, really good. I think the team that this center had a very cool character cast. And yeah, it was just really, really cool. I liked it. And it's coming from somebody who, you know, didn't like all of the Jurassic Park movies. Some of them were awful. Some of them were actually awful. But this one was actually a fresh take, which I appreciated. I'm trying to think, was the one that had feathers? I believe there was one dinosaur that actually had feathers in Rebirth, but I'm not sure. But definitely worth a watch. I think it was really cool. Very entertaining. Just what I needed after... it was on Thursday, right after the day I arrived back in Vienna, so I needed to watch something to distract myself. Just to do something. And yeah, that was really cool. Get current... Despair costs. There it is. Here we go. Now we only need to add it to This is already done. We need to add it to the material relations. On enemy buff. Start boost, despair costs. And I'm just gonna add 1. On enemy buff, cool. It should work in the other direction too. Let me try that. Gonna make myself a snack and some tea. Alright. Lingsche and Ja. Snack and tea. Action trigger. On enemy buff. Add to my inventory. Yes. It increases by 1. Let me just try reloading the game. And see if negative works as well. That would be really, really cool. Then I already have 4 stats that I can manipulate. Yes, it works. Very nice. That's really cool. So the reason I'm doing this is because I want to incentivize using, for example, First Blood. When you use First Blood and it, you know, can only be triggered once, but if it has a side effect like increasing your attack by another 4 or increasing your HP or doing something, I think that could be really, really interesting. So now we need to show it in the repair my deck, please. Now we need to show it in the description. And I think this is really going to be easy because we already have all of the words that we need. So we just need to add a bracket at the end of the sentence or whatever. And just show the number in kind of a gray whatever, and then the name, and then the number in kind of green or whatever. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So this is in card status, I believe. Show for card. We have it on the right. Describe keywords. Yes. Get translated keyword. Add master to text. Add percentage to text. Whatever. What is all that? Ah, get keywords. Is that it? Text color, keyword, mastered. That's probably not it. Check that again. Localized text. Add mastered. Oh, there it is. Get translated keyword. So what we need to do is add start boost to text. Keyword master, localized text. What I need is, I need the, oh my god. Keyword probably, right? I don't know, we will see. Add start boost to text. I can remove that. We're going to say string keyword. And then we're going to use the same localized text plus a space plus bracket. The keyword, I don't know yet. We need to find, oh my god. Relations. There's no relation yet. Do we have the card game manager? No. But we have the card, so we can use that. And with that we can check out the inventory. Inventory relations. This is gonna be weird. Relations dictionary material name. Huh, can I just use that? I guess I can. Get material. Oh, there it is. Okay, okay. I can just use that. Get material relations for keyword, I believe. Just to be sure, we're going to debug it out. And then we can say, what is that returning? Material relations. Material data is material relations data is gleich this. And then if that is null, or yeah, no, it can only be null, return localized text, we just return whatever. And then we would say we need to find the keyword that is used for the start, which is gonna be I need a separate function for this, unfortunately. Did you ever try outward? I see they announced the second part. Oh, no, what is outward? Outward Steam. What is that? What? What? No remarkable journey is achieved without great effort. See? No remarkable journey is achieved without great effort. Which is why AI can never produce anything remarkable. There it is. Quote of the day, ladies and gentlemen. I enjoyed it. It has a really nice soundtrack as well. That's really cool. Hashtag proven. So is it like Dragon Age or but co-op? The vast world of Aurai, solo and co-op. The definition. Okay, yeah. So it seems like what was the other game called? I'm trying to remember. But why does it have mixed reviews? Combat is awful. Oh my god. So maybe the second one is better, I guess. Outward 2 Steam page. Yay! I'm gonna add it to my wishlist. There we go. It is clunky indeed. You know, sometimes it's okay, you know. If you're playing with friends, you usually it doesn't matter that much, I guess. String. Start keyword. Get start. Boost keyword. For keyword. It's not the best, but it is what it is. String, not thing, string, Okay. No, we don't need the keyword. We need the relations. Interior relations data, yeah. And now we are going to say if. Give me all of that, please. Oh, I just realized something. What if it has multiple start boosts? If you like clunky and fun games, try Yep Yep. It's the one with the spells I saw it on Bubble Stream. Yep Yep. Oh, I've seen that. That is unfortunately not something I would like to play, but that sounds that looks interesting for sure. 1 million players! Oh my god! Yeah, I heard about this because it was so wildly successful, which is very cool. Yep, yep. I guess we have to make it so that start keyword plus equals this. Join. So did I use a join anywhere? I did. Usually when I play multiplayer, I just like to play with my wife nowadays. just a very calm and quiet, something turn-based. Maybe a little bit of Age of Mythology every now and then, where it's not turn-based, but it's also not super difficult. I don't like people yelling in my ears. We had that. When we played Final Fantasy XIV and we did some raids, some endgame raids. Yeah. It was an experience. But yeah, we don't need it anymore. We're not grinding CSGO 2. Unfortunately not, no. I have to disappoint you, but... It is what it is. List string, I'm just gonna do it anyways. List string is keywords. New list of strings. There we go. If we have this, then we're going to add. This is gonna be weird. Where is this used? For each keyword. Okay. Okay. That should work. We have another ad upcoming. I need to refill my water anyways, so I will be right back, and then we're going to fix that. Make it appear in the descriptions. I'm the devil on my shoulder. Telling when to quit it. And saving you from All right. So, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add it all to my array and then return it as a string just so we know what we're actually dealing with here. Ah, there we go. All right, where are we? Get start boost keywords. I'm just gonna rename it as string. Keywords as string. Make it longer. Then we're going to say, in this case, we need a tag. That's really awkward. Material relations. Start boost attack to string. Cat jam is not null. Yeah, something like that. Then we're gonna do it for HP. Oh, now we need to translate this. Oh, shit. Okay, let's just keep doing that, and then no, I2 localize. We need to do it right. We need to make it. We need to do it right the first time, not later. Welcome back, Nixonali. Welcome back.
Nixonali says it's time for Austrian dialect.
Ja, klingt gut. Also als nächstes machen wir mal das HP fertig. Wenn das fertig ist, müssen wir überlegen, wie man das einfärbt am besten. Aber zuerst muss ich mal schauen, dass man überhaupt irgendwas mal sieht. Irgendwas stimmt da nicht. Oh ja. Ein Plus. Immer irgendwann fehlt ein Plus. Dann brauchen wir Start Boost. Despair Costs. Das gleiche da unten. Und dann brauchen wir noch das dazu. Oder? Haben wir denn hingeschissen? Despair. Oh, ist das. Gibt's das im. Ich glaube, das gibt's nicht. Endlich versteht man mich einmal. Endlich. Die ganze Zeit in diesem Englisch da herumgurken. Das interessiert eh niemanden. Reden wir mal gut Deutsch. Habitäre. Endlich ist finally. Yes. Absolutely, Alter. It's not in the dictionary yet. Okay, so here's the. What am I gonna do about that? I can just add another entry, I guess. Card costs. I watched the latest Mr. Beast video today. I don't know. Where they were trapped on an island, they wanted to build a raft and then take the self-made sailboat to the other island. I feel like I don't know. I feel like Mr. Beast has outgrown these simple videos where he just does challenges himself. I think he just, I don't know, something about the videos felt especially weird. You know, sometimes his videos always feel a little bit strange, but this one was especially weird. I think so. Here's a hot take. I think ever since he got a girlfriend, I think he's changing. You know, like in Back to the Future 3, where the scientist falls in love, and then his character becomes completely stupid. I feel like the same thing is going to happen here. Back to the Future 3 is so good, but it would have been even better without the love part. Because I don't know. That just ruined the movie a little bit. And I watch him with a morbid curiosity because I want to see what he's doing. How many languages do you speak? I speak German and English. Je ne sais pas je ne sais pas français. 我说中文。But it's only 2 languages at the moment. I get too many disco balls trying to pull Mr. Beast's game, so I really can't bother to care about this guy anymore. Fair enough. Doc Brown being bumbling aloof with his love interest was so charming. I completely disagree with you there. It almost ruined the movie. It was so weird. I was like, dude, get your shit together. This is I don't know. It just was so weird. Most of the movie would be better without the stupid love interest parts. I agree. No, je ne parle pas français. I said I do not speak French. That's what I said. I said what I said. It was just annoying, to be honest, in Back to the Future 3. Like, crazy shit was going on and he was like, oh, my hormones, oh my god. I feel weird in my groin, oh my god. I'm like, come on, dude. Come on. You're better than that. You are better than that, but apparently he was not. And then he came back with a big old family. All right. This bear casts. All right, that should be, so this is 3. We need another one. And this is with Lakama values. There we go. And I believe I don't have a, yeah, there's no, oh, there is. There is. Oh my god. But it's not plural. Oh my god. Lakama values. Lakama values. Oh well, new entries. It is what it is. Maybe I'm not gonna use it. Maybe I'm gonna delete it. Who knows? Lacrima values. That's it. Yeah. Return. Join. No, what is the string.join? Oh my god. Is it concat? Can I say keywords.join?
Warning.
Oh my god, Matt Job is here with a rate of 26. How is it going, everybody? This is the first time since 2 weeks that I've opened my project. So I'm working on Faith in Despair. This is a roguelike deck builder where you can create your own cards using triggers, actions, and modifiers. It is inspired by Magic the Gathering. A Magic the Gathering artist actually made the cover of this. It is inspired by Final Fantasy VII Material System and, you know, Slayer Spire, Wild Frost, and everything else in that direction. How is it going, everybody? How was the stream? Everybody, you guys need to check out Shroud of Gloom. Okay. Check out the demo on Steam because it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big, everybody. I had a pleasure of playtesting the game. I think it's gonna be awesome. And if you ever want to see Matt Chappie being mad on stream, you need to follow him, okay? Matt Chappie also had a long break, so he's finally back to streaming. Everybody has the end game hangout again, you know. I feel like people are just hanging out in Matt Chappie's stream because it's so cozy and stuff like that, especially after streaming. So yeah. How is everybody doing? How was the stream? I feel like you talked about the demo today mainly, right? And also the Chappie has made a long list, a long Excel sheet. I think it was not even in Excel, I think it was Notion. But he looked at similar games and stuff like that and he figured out all of the tags. Yeah, and now he has to figure out what to do with that, I guess. Because at some point you said at the end you were like all of this work you did in the tags and it all just came down to, I think like it all made it worse or whatever, something like that. I still have no idea where the last beat in the demo is. Same, to be honest, because I played the playtest and I also did not collect all of the beats. But today, after the 2 weeks of a break, I decided to give my Lacrima a secondary effect. So this is what I'm currently working on. And so for example, if you have a trigger whenever an enemy is buffed, this trigger can also have a secondary effect. For example, it gives the card plus 3 HP or plus 5 attack or whatever. Because in Final Fantasy VII, each materia also had a secondary effect, which I really, really liked. I based my tags on 20 similar games and it turned out shite, but then I based it on just top 3 and then that went well. Oh, okay, so if you average out 20 games, then it's completely bland, right? But if you just focus on 3, then the results are better. That's interesting, actually. Stream was good. Starting to do some research for my next trailer. Nice. So you're in full marketing mode right now. Is that true? Because the game is more or less finished. I don't know if that's true or not, but you're in full marketing mode. Getting ready for Steam Next Fest and stuff like that. Releasing another demo. Yeah, super exciting either way. Whereas over here, we already have the release behind us, and I'm just working on updates. There's one update coming up, and I think I'm gonna release it in June. We're going to have voice acting in the game, which is going to be really exciting, because in this game you're actually playing against death. And I found a really cool voice actor. Or should I say, I guess he found me. Because I was at an audio meetup here in Vienna, and there was a guy coming inside of the room and just saying hello, and I just heard his voice, and I was like, oh my god, I need to record this voice. I don't know who it is from, but I need to record this voice. And yeah, the rest is history. Rupert is here as well. Hello, how's it going? Who's the long lost Unity dev? That's me. I was lost in the USA the last 2 weeks. Basing around 20 games gave me a fairly bland result, where I ended up being like none of them rather than all of them. That's interesting. I still have a lot to do, but it's all in spoiler territory, so it's getting hard to be productive on stream. Yeah, I can imagine, man. But yeah, the idea of doing the tags, like similar tags, is very good, and also the idea of doing bundles on launch day, that's really good. So I hope you get a lot of bundles. Like, even if you want to get 1 or 2 on the list that you made, any bundle is a good bundle. I have spoken to somebody at GDC who was working with PlayStation Indies. This is a special PlayStation program, and he also said, like, try to get into as many bundles as possible. I mean, it sounds obvious, I know, and a lot of people are already doing it, but the reasons he said this is very important is because the more bundles your game is in, the higher your ranking is actually on Steam, because it gets more visibility and stuff like that, and of course more sales and stuff like that. So yeah, this is always a good thing to have. But yeah, I'm currently trying to join this list, and I think this is how it works, right? Yeah, cool. I just want to see if it is working in general. Bundles seem to have a big advantage. Definitely gonna try to sort out quite a few of them. Yeah. Just ask as soon as possible, because especially I've made the experience that especially if a game is behind a publisher, then it can get really long. Like the exchange, the messages and stuff like that, they're gonna take a long time, because some publishers, they have so much on their plate. So yeah. Can you set them up before release though? I think you should be able to do that, honestly. I think you should be able to do that. The thing is that you can always create a bundle, right? Just in the backend there's a create bundle. You probably already know about it. And as soon as you convert it into like a co-op bundle or whatever it is called, then you can invite other people, and then you can already add your unreleased game, because it's just an ID, right? That is then part of the bundle. Then you can add, then you can send other people the link so they can join the bundle. And then you need to wrap up the bundle, so they then have to approve it again. So you have to send the link again, or at least remind them again, and then the bundle can be set live anytime. And that is what I think is why it would work before release, actually. I've only done it after the release, but I see no reason why it shouldn't work before that. But you do have to put it on your release to-do list to actually publish the bundle and set it live. Yeah, it should work. But there's a tiny button on the right where it says set live or set bundle live or whatever. This is so irritating, because you can also publish the bundle. So you have to publish the bundle, But even if it's published, it's not live yet. So there's a tiny button on the right somewhere on the bundle page where you actually have to press that to actually set it live. And this needs to be part of your release plan. Like once your main game is live, then you need to also set all of the bundles live. But yeah, start as soon as possible, because people need to add their game, and then they need to approve it. So they need to be in contact with you at least twice. You're welcome. Rain run? Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much for the raid, and have a nice rest of the day. We're going to go back to the card status and make sure that we see at least what is going on. So here's the thing that I want. I want to have the description of the trigger. And after the description, it should say +3 attack or whatever, which is currently not the case. Alright, I'm not seeing anything yet. It's time to debug. Get star post keyword as string. We are returning this as... Okay, so we're returning the string, so it should do at least something. But my worry is that this is not returning anything. Does it debug log the... Oh no, I deleted it already. Alright. Let's just check it out again. I believe that maybe we are exiting here for some reason. Because the keyword is not the Lacrima name. That's probably the reason, yeah. But yeah, last week I was at, still in San Francisco, I was at GDC. It was my first time in the USA, it was my first time at GDC. And I believe it was definitely worth the experience. But I was still jet lagged, so everything is a little in disarray at the moment. You've done it, you finally found all of the beats, nice. Congratulations. You have 100% that matchup is demo. Congratulations. Given key was not present in the dictionary. Alright, so... Why? Oh, it doesn't... I see. We need to return null here. Otherwise we get an error. I mean, the error is okay. It is alright. We just need to... So the keyword is blessing. I feel like we need to return null here. Otherwise we are going to get an error, but we are going to log the error here anyways. And let's try it again. Material not found. I'm not sure about that actually. Wait a minute. Get material relations. If keyword is a blessing, I feel like there needs to be some kind of way to check this without going into this function. Is Lacrima unlocked? Get material relations, get material relations. I feel like I need to have a workaround for this in case this is not there. Or I can just do it in the editor. Unity editor. Editor. Ah, there it is. There it is. Because in the editor, I think this is good to know. Otherwise, it's fine. Alright, so let's try it again. Yeah, it needs to say log error, of course. Very well. If that is a blessing, I'm wondering what the other keywords are. But it should be fine. Inventory. So here we have buffed, debuffed. It doesn't say anything. That is weird. Alright, let's try it again. If Unity editor log error material not found. We're going back to status, add start boost to the text. Yes. If it's not empty. We should have a translated keyword here. Right? Describe keywords. Because where else does it come from? Debug log keyword. Let's try that. We should have blessing, we should have buff, or at least on buff, and that should work. Keyword, get translated keyword, replace description variables. Add start boost to text. Well. Let's clear that and see what happens here. Nothing. Oh, because that's not card status, that is, I see, that is the lacrima status. If I do this in a fight, then it should work. Yeah, of course. Okay, there it is. There it is. When this creature receives a debuff, +6 attack. Okay. Okay. Then we can say, this is null, alright, we don't need that. But we need to adjust the lacrima settings as well. Alright, let's make sure this is correct. If start keyword is not empty, or is empty, then we will just return localized text. Otherwise we return it with the brackets. And in this case, we need to have... The translation is not working. I just realized. Why not? ATK. ATK is here. We also have HP. I believe. There's no HP. Ah, log HP. We can use that probably. Yeah, let's use that. Log HP. And we have the spare cost in the text. So this should work now. We still have to add the colors later on, but that's fine. Okay, Let's see if that is working, and then we can focus on the Lakama descriptions. Fortunately, there are two different versions again. But yeah, it is what it is. HP plus 6, there it is. Attack plus 3. That is really cool. Let's finish the fight and then we will focus on the Lakama descriptions. Yes. So, enemy buffed, you need a description. It is called Material Inventory Show Description. Get active button. If it is a satchel, then show slot description. Okay, so this is where we are at. Get keywords for attached material. That does not look good. It does not look good. I feel like there's going to be some kind of... Oh, wait a minute. Add altar slot keywords? No. Get keywords for attached material. Where does this lead? It has show uses statistics, yes. Then it has Lakama values. I'm wondering if there's one overlap here. Because we have this and master text. I feel like there is another one. Yeah. Yes. No, that's not it. Are you telling me the card slot doesn't have this? That would be strange. Describe keywords for card. Where is this used? Both is in card status. Okay. That does not make any sense. But that's fine. Add status effect icon to text. Oh, wait a minute. This is what I'm looking for. Yes. Yes, this is it. This is what I want. Okay, so we have to move everything here. And move this down a little bit. Then we have card, keyword, and localistic. Okay. Sounds doable. Absolutely. Probably need that as well. Start boost text. I'm gonna remove that because I don't need it anymore. Everything else should be fine. This is not public yet, but now it is. Yes. Okay, and here I can add this as well. Cool. We don't need the card here, we can just use it like this. And the card is... What is the card? I'm in a card slot, which means I can just get parent card. Yes. And the keyword is just a regular keyword. I don't know if it's going to work, but we will see. What if there's no... yeah. Okay. If get card parent is not null. God, do we have to do the same thing? Probably. We probably have to. Alright, let's try it out. Then we have the description. Another one, not the middle one. Oh. Need to head out for the day. Have a fantastic evening. Thank you for everything again, man. Thank you for hanging out with us again, Emotep, and looking forward to the IP. And see you next time. Off to the cinema. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow at the auto meetup. Nice. Have a nice evening at the cinema at Technic. And yeah, maybe we'll see each other tomorrow. Right on over here, we're going to check out if this new code is working as intended, but I think it looks like it could. 80% chance that it will. Oh, I already see some errors. It works, but there's something going on here. Oh, it just says, look, okay. Fair enough. You know what? Fair enough. I will just turn this into a log, and this only happens in the editor. Everything else can just be ignored. I think this is not that big of a deal, but usually when I say this, everything breaks. So we have the attack, we have the HP, we have the Lacrima values, and we have the despair cost. We have everything in the description, but we still need to fix the colors. Yes. Okay, let's add colors to this. Now I'm worried that this might be confusing. I don't know yet. Let's just add color for now. Also plus minus, yeah, we also need to fix that. This is in card manager now, yes. So I'm going to make a function that says get stat boost with symbol, I don't know, with plus or minus. And then we'll just give it this one. Okay, I definitely not have a function like that yet. String. And we get an int. Let's see. If start boost is smaller than 0, then we return with minus and start boost to string. Otherwise, we return the same but with a plus. Yes, even with a 0. 0 should never happen. Famous last words. Let's change it here as well. Then we can also work on the number, on the coloring. I feel like I want to have the name in kind of a gray, and then the number in green or in red, depending on whether it's up or down. Cool. So right here we can say color. Total cards. I don't know what color that is. But I think I'm going to copy this one. And post it here. Get start boost name with just start boost name. Then I'm going to give it this. Now I can wrap it in a color, which is nice. I2 localize to the rescue plus start boost name and close the color. So we can change all of the names right here as well. The spare costs. And the same for attack. Alright, so we have attack, log HP, the spare cost, star combo values. All of these have color. But this one needs a color as well. I don't know. Negative is good. Somewhere, maybe in materia. Oh, this is in status effect, I think. Status effect .cs. There we go. Scale over time. No. Color, please. There's no color here? Wow, my god. I feel like, oh, there it is. Display valued colored. Comparison, less is better. This is on the card, which is not good. Do we have a card over here? Maybe actually. We do have a card over here. Okay. So, do we want to get the card to all of these or? Or do I want to move that to the general class? It's okay for now. It's alright for now. This is the good value and the bad value. Minus this. I feel like it's only going to happen in I'm just going to copy it over. I'm going to be in hell for this, but it is what it is. Or less is better is false by default. I love it. So now I can say plus bad value. There's something missing. All right, now it should work. Oh. Color plus value. Value. Close it. Oh my god, what is happening here? Close that. Okay, now it works. Then we can say plus. Good value. All right. For the spare cost, we're going to return it. Less is better. Cool. Fixed it. This spell does not exist. God damn it. But now it's fixed. So we should have the name, we should have the color, and the statistic that's changing. The next step is going to be to walk through all of the triggers and assign a value to them. I think this is going to be really fun. When this creature receives a debuff, HP plus 6. Oh, the spare cost minus, what, oh, wait. -1, oh. I need to absolute this math f absolute and to string. Gonna do the same here. And I might also have to do what's it called? Secondary effect. That might actually be cool. Because I feel like I have to explain it. Let's just add it. Secondary effect. Secondary effect. Sekundär effect. Open asset, import and replace. I haven't touched this project in 2 weeks and I'm actually scared at how familiar it still feels. Because I was expecting much more resistance for some reason. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I was like, for sure I'm gonna have a problem. Or it should at least feel a bit alien, you know? But no, everything feels completely normal. Almost like I've spent over 1,000 hours on this game. I guess. Just a random guess. Secondary effect. Is it wait a minute, isn't there a shorter word for this? Probably not. You can say additional effect or added effect. Added effect could also work, but it doesn't really matter, I guess. Let's see if the color is alright. Extra effect. Yeah. That could work. Let me try it out. Extra effect. Everything is extra. Nick is a smarty. Bonus effect. What about bonus effect? I actually kind of like bonus effect. What do you guys think? Bonus effect. There's also, oh my god, dick.cc lateral effect. What about this one? About the same amount of letters, yeah. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna go with bonus effect. I also kind of like lateral for some reason. Let's take this one for now. Sub effect. That might be even better. The shorter the better. Sub effect. Super effect. Is that clear enough? I guess it is, right? Like when you see it, do you feel like it's obvious enough? Okay, what other colors do I have to work with? What is that? Show current chapter. We can try it out. Let's try it out. Yeah, sub effect sounds good. Then we're going to replace it again. Just to make sure everything is imported and up to date. Sub effect. I also thought about adding a new line. That might actually be a good idea. A new line and then a small dot. I don't know if that's too much though. No, that's actually not bad. I want it more gray though. Gray, gray, gray. I have a color prepared here somewhere. There it is. Let's hope it works. And then I can go through a list. I'm really excited. We're going to make a list of all of the triggers. And then we're going to attach values to them. Or maybe think of something else first. There it is. That's cool. I think that is pretty self-explanatory. Now here's the question. I think I can actually try to add a new line to this. Let me just try it here in editor. Let me try in the editor. Something like that. No. No, I kind of like it the other way around. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. The other thing is if it affects the values. Wait, does it say here? Oh, no, it doesn't. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Why do I have 2 first blood? Okay, we need to edit here as well. Why is that not working? We will see. Get parent card is not statue card. I feel like that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I guess this is it. Okay, I will be right back. Moments like this, when I think of a good word or something, make me feel confident in English. Nice. Well, I feel like what you have is a very good knowledge of video game lingo, right? So that in addition to that, I think is very valuable. Because I talked about this at GDC with somebody who I was approached by a lot of AI startups, and one of them was approaching me because they wanted to have they wanted to offer me AI localization. And localization is very hard to do, right? So just using AI for that is, in my opinion, is an absolute no-no and no-go. I would always use humans for localization, but this person told me that they really want to make sure that you can use AI for that. But, and here's what I ask: well, what about the words that are very specific to games? Because, for example, in Japanese, there are some words that aren't even translated from English. They are just using katakana or whatever. And this is very specific for video games. So she said, yeah, that in that case, you have a dictionary that you kind of have to fill yourself to work around such edge cases. And then I was like, but if I have to have my own dictionary to worry about these edge cases, why do I need to use AI? Why can I not just hire somebody who will just do the job for me anyways? It is very strange. I don't know. Like every time I get offered an AI solution, there's always going to be somebody at the end who has to double check everything. Like even in the case where I use AI to translate it, I still need to give it to preferably a native speaker to check if everything is okay. So why don't I just send it to just hire a localizer? It always comes down to somebody, to a human at the end of the chain. I mean, I played it quite a few, so I guess that gaming knowledge is pretty decent, yes. Basically, you have to translate yourself for AI to do the translation. Yeah, I don't know. It was just really weird. I mean, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I was like, okay, what are you doing in such and such case, right? And she said, yeah, there's a dictionary that you can work with and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. So I still need to have a human. It's still not replacing people. And localization is so important to get right, because if you have bad localization in one country, you will get negative reviews. I'm absolutely certain about that. Then you also have to verify that AI translated things correctly and didn't miss with anything. Absolutely, it doesn't help. Like even when I try to use AI for just temporary localizations, it's so funny because my Japanese localizer, he's always like, there's a machine translated string in there. Did you know that? And I'm like, I just used it temporarily. I'm so sorry. They always know. People will always know when something is machine translated. Especially this guy. I mean, I think also Nick Sinali also always sees something that is machine translated and he's like, wow, what is that? I wouldn't say Russian is specifically or especially hard to translate to, but I think Russian language is needs a lot of correct context, if that makes sense. Not sure if I'm right or not, but yeah. So if something is in the wrong case or whatever, then it immediately sticks out like a sore thumb. Or in the wrong gender or whatever. But I guess that's a lot of languages anyway. It's actually very visible, especially if we talk about stories with multiple characters that have complex, unique personalities that is perceived through text. Yeah. Absolutely. It is so funny because Google had a stand, a booth there to advertise their AI usages, their services. And one of those was a game where one of the NPCs was using AI so you could talk to NPC and it would use AI to give you any kind of responses, right? And when I approached the booth and I just witnessed what they're doing, and the players just asked the NPC, can you give me a hug? And then the NPC returned, since I'm only an AI, I cannot actually give you a hug, etc., etc. And I'm like, okay. Even then, it was not in character. There we go. There it is. Cool. I feel like I'm happy with that. When an enemy of this creature receives a debuff, sub effect Lacrima is +4. Very cool. Can I find an upgrade? That would be nice. Yes. It does not say here. So why not? I guess it's because get parent is wrong. As null, yeah. Why does it need the parent? Let's go through the cards. It needs the parent because of the relation. But we are already in the card manager, so this is no longer required. Crazy how that works. Crazy how that works. Goodbye card. Goodbye card. And then we don't need this. Very cool. And save that. And then it should work everywhere. Should work in the card rewards, the satchel, the inventory, the cards themselves. Seems about right. Well, the next thing is attaching these values to the Lacrima. But I'm thinking if I should add more stats. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 stats to work with now, which is good. But I feel like there could be more. But okay. Maybe in the future. So does this work here now? Yes, it does. Very nice. The other thing is that the background definitely needs a bit of a highlight. Definitely needs a bit of a highlight here. Wow. Yeah, this is looking pretty promising, I would say. I'm very happy with that. Let's see if it works in... Actually, let's see if it works here. It does. I'm still worried that people are not gonna know what sub effect really means. But I guess they will find out. But yeah, the card description definitely need a border or something like that. That looks a little off. We can try it out. Maybe we can fix this right away. That would be nice. What is that? Nothing. Info background white. Is that it? Yeah, it is. Sliced. Okay, so I'm going to open that. Nice. Let's try it. Let's try to see if we can just add a border. That would be really, really easy. And maybe a bit of a background. This was actually a suggestion by RenderPunk. Oh. Affinity, where are you? Oh no, where did it open? I hate it when the program starts on a completely different monitor than it was. Let me just fix that really quickly. Hopefully without interrupting the screen. There we go. There it is. We rescued Affinity. By the way, I read an AMA with the creator of Photopea, or the Photopea. If you guys don't know about Photopea, it's basically on a Photoshop. And I didn't know that this was just created by one guy. Who was originally from the Ukraine, but who now lives in the Czech Republic, I think. I don't know. But yeah, this is I've used this so many times now. And I still can barely believe that it's only one person that did this. That's really cool. Alright, we're going to open this in Affinity. I'm going to save this. Just in case. That's the old one. And now we're going to add a few effects here. Shadow. That should be enough. Or maybe just a glow. Yeah, let's try 4.1 or something like that. 4 pixel. Maybe 8 pixels. Let's see what it does. Apart from the fact that I completely ruined the first one. Let's try it out again. Let's restart the game. Maybe we can put it to 50%. That is in fact a little bit better already. Let's try 25%. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's try 15%. That is probably not enough. But it's still better than before, I would say. Can I try to lower the pixel amount? I can. Yeah, I really like the border. It's very simple, but I think it works. I'm going to set this to 512. It cannot be compressed this way, so that's a bit of a problem. But I think I can live with that. I'm also wondering if I can add some kind of texture to this. That would be cool. That would be really, really cool. Let's open up our favorite angel. As we usually do. And then I'm just going to copy this. Paste it. And I'm just going to say increase or multiply or whatever. Difference? No. One of these should only cross with the... I guess what I can do is make it like this, but then it's not part of the... It's not part of the outline. That's not what we want. I'm going to copy this, delete it, then merge it down. Move that here. Does it have the border now? I think it does. Farben abwenden. Okay, maybe that's it. Reduziert speichern. Okay, let's try one more thing. I'm going to add another layer and just set it to remove. What does that do? That could work, but I think that's too much. Let's try that. It's not bad. I actually kind of like it. Yeah, okay, let's try adding a layer to remove some stuff. Just a little bit. Erase. That might be too much, but we will see. Let's try it like this. Yeah, now it shines through a little bit, which is kind of nice. But the border is really, really cool. I feel like this is too much, so maybe we can try it like this. Let's see what else we can try. I guess nothing. What about this? That looks kinda cool. Having a bit of a background is actually kinda nice. But the problem is that it is... Okay, let's try at 10%. Or maybe 20%. Having a bit of a background is actually kind of cool. But I worry about the center part because this is stretched all over the place. And the top part is weirdly cut off. I don't know why that is. Is it because of this one? No. What if I add this back? What happens then? Interesting. We get a mix out of those. I'm not opposed to that. That could work. We could set it to 50%, see what happens. Yeah. Cool. That's a bit of a better border, I think. Yeah, because the problem before was that, and this was actually something that I was told at TDC. And probably a lot of people also notice this as well. But the background is very dark, right? So when you have black on black, what happens when you have black on black? Well, you don't see anything. So I feel like this is an improvement. Yeah, I'm going to save this as a separate file, just so I can have it again in the future. All right. That was fun. Now, am I happy with the value here? I'm not sure yet. I could have a new line and try and see what happens. Maybe it's better this way. Add start boost text. Yeah, let's try it out. We can try having 2 new lines, but I'm not sure if it's too much then. We might need a middle dot. I love using middle dots. Sub effect lag is +5. Yeah, see, this is a problem. It's too long. I guess maybe it can be called values +4, but then it needs to be, yeah, no, this is not specific enough. It needs to be lag values before. Wait, what happens when I... Let's see. Da-da-da-dum. What happens if I remove that? Nothing. Oh. Lakama Valley +4, then it fits into one line. At least in English. It will not fit into one line in all other languages, I guess. Or I could just leave it in the same line, I don't know. But I feel like it, if separated a little bit, then it's not part of the effect of the trigger. What about just naming it sub or just bonus without the effect? What about just bonus or just sub? I'm gonna try it out. Because then we can put it into the new line, we can get rid of the brackets. Let's try it out. Bonus effect, sub effect. It's still too... Oh, wait a minute, I need to import it. It's still going to break the line in other languages, I'm afraid, so... Bonus. Lakama is +4. Bonus HP +6. Despair cost -1. It is a bit cleaner, I think. I think it's a bit cleaner. I kind of liked sub effect a little bit more, but the brevity is important. The shorter the better, the less words the better. Extra could also work, but I'm not very sure. But at least we have enough space for most languages, I believe. I don't know. The spare cost -1, Lakama is +4. I think bonus is actually better in this case. Okay. Let's try it with that and see if I like it tomorrow. This should be lowercase, so it's the same everywhere. Yeah, no, but I think for now I'm really happy with that. The cool thing is that I can now apply bonus effects to the triggers. For example, even just first blood or whatever can have a stat boost. And that could be really cool because now you have first blood with, for example, +5 attack versus enemy attack. On enemy attack, which maybe does nothing. And so first blood still has a bit going on for itself, you know? This is what I want. This is what I want. Or maybe on enemy attack has +1 despair cost. Something like that. So I can balance it using these values. And that's really exciting. Yeah. That's quite cool indeed. Nice. So, who are we going to raid today? I feel like we can raid. All right. Somebody who makes horror games. That sounds good. Well, that is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. This was the first episode of Faith in Despair in like 2 weeks. I'm really happy with the changes. Thank you everybody who was here today and hung out with us today. It's always really nice to have people around, people like you. I will be back on Wednesday with more Unity shenanigans and more Lakama secondary effects. And until then, I wish you all the best. We're going to raid Indie Horror Dev and look what he's up to. It looks interesting. Alright. Bye bye everybody. See you Wednesday.